Glam Girls, welcome back to my channel. It's Chelsea, where we talk about all things glam and all things girly. I'm a beauty enthusiast and consultant that loves to talk about everything that deals with beauty and makeup, and today we are going to talk about some new blushes and some highlighters and a product that works as a bronzer for me, but it could be a face powder for you. So some really good goodies in this particular video. So stay tuned for a demonstration of this look, and then showing you all, of course, application of all of the products on my face, and then just a few comparisons at the end, and we'll be done. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today. I truly do appreciate it, and let's get right into this video. First, I do not have on any mascara or lashes. I just, when I finished this little eye look, I said, I don't want it, so we don't have it. Just in case you're wondering, and maybe if I look a little weird, we just don't have on mascara. We just got on eyeshadow. But we're not here for that. We're here for these new products. So I was so excited when I learned LYS Beauty came out with some new cream shades of their blushes. So I have all three of those. Then I have the two new blush and highlighter duos from Goss, and then the new Chanel, is it Camellia Highlighter? I think it's the new Chanel Camellia Highlighter. I have it right here. Yes. So I'm so excited to be sharing with you all of that. So let's start off with the LYS blushes. So there are three new shades. The first shade that I apply is the shade called Classy. This is what Classy looks like, and it's such a beautiful, it looks like a pinky, like almost orange color to me. Maybe more of the orange than the pink, but here's a swatch of that here. And just like all of their cream blushes, these are matte. They're very creamy and blendable, but they're not overly emollient, which is great because they're gonna stay in place. They do not have to only be applied to unset skin. So if you apply your powder, you can apply these on top, and I actually show y'all what that looks like later on in the demonstration. And this shade is so beautiful and just perfect for this spring and upcoming summer months. Ooh, the shade here, this is called Humble. Y'all, I love Humble. And this is the shade I'm actually wearing today with some other things, so we'll see that later. But here's Humble swatched. Once again, very creamy, also very pigmented. So if you aren't aware, this brand is going to be a Black-owned brand. So I find that with Black-owned brands, they always want to make sure that the products are very pigmented so that they can show up even on the deepest and richest complexion. But I love that these cream blushes are not overdone. So if you have a very fair complexion, you can still really enjoy these cream blushes. Of course, you go in with a lighter hand, but it's not going to be too stark for your complexion. So I just, y'all by this point know that I love this brand. And then lastly, we have this gorgeous, rich kind of almost terracotta shade called Epic. And oh, Epic, girl, Epic is a statement blush. She did not come to play. And I love this shade too because it will be perfect for the fall months, but it also works really great for the upcoming summer months because it is so warm and rich. And oh, I love Epic. So all three of these shades are so scrumptious. The brand did send me one of these blushes, and then I picked up the other two. But so grateful to have these blushes. I mean, I have all the other ones, so I'm a fan at this point. I think it's just a matter of finding the shade that works for you. But completely love these new shades. Highly recommend them, and definitely think you should check them out. I do have a discount code with the brand, so I'll leave that down below. It saves you 20% off of these, and they're already extremely affordable. $16, clean beauty brand. These have amazing, good, healthy ingredients for the skin, and so it really lets us know we don't have to be spending all this money on makeup because LYS is doing it at such a great price. So you can either purchase it now from their website with my code for 20% off, or you can wait for the upcoming Sephora savings event and then, save there as well. But a couple of options for you to save a few dollars if you're really interested in these shades. Now, I do have the other 6 shades, and I'm gonna quickly swatch them for you just in case you were wondering. And this is what I'll do. I'm not gonna swatch all of them because some of these shades don't compare. Like for instance, we have this shade here called Confident. Confident doesn't look like any of these shades here. So I'm not gonna swatch it, but I will link my video where I do swatch all 6 of these I don't want to say older shades, but the previous shades. So if you want to go see them and how they look on my skin, go ahead and do that. But I will swatch the shades that I do think might be a little similar. So we have this shade here called Kindness, and Kindness reminds me a bit of Classy. So I'm going to put that one next to it. So let's put Kindness right here next to Classy. And as you can see, Classy is going to be richer in its depth. Kindness is going to be lighter. So Classy reminds me, like I said, of more of like almost more of like a coral shade, if you will, whereas Kindness looks more like peachy in its tone. So if you do have Kindness and you're looking at Classy, I don't think you would be repeating yourself if you wanted to pick that up. Then we have this shade here called Empower. And I'm gonna swatch it next to Epic just in case you were wondering. They are two different tones. Empower, I think, is gonna pull more burgundy, whereas Epic is pulling more orange and terracotta. But I will definitely go ahead and swatch that next to it so you can see it for yourself. These two shades would be excellent for people who have deeper complexion and they're looking for a blush that will actually really show up as a blush against their skin tone. And then lastly, I will swatch this one here called Inspire. I think Inspire reminds me of kind of Classy as well. So I'll put Inspire right here. So we have Inspire, Classy, and Kindness. And as you can see, these two are definitely different in their tones. Inspire is going to be richer in its complexion, and I think it's going to have more, what is this? More of like a pinky coral tone to it. I'm not that good at explaining this, but I know what I see, and I definitely don't see that Classy and Inspire look identical. I have the shade Humble, which I kind of swatched over a bit, but this shade Humble right here, I do want to compare it to the Patrick Ta shade right here. This is She's Baked. So I'm gonna swatch it next to the cream shade, not the powder shade. So here is Humble from LYS Beauty, and then this is the cream shade from She's Baked. So they're a little similar, but Patrick Ta's I think pulls more of like that hot pink type of tone, whereas the LYS is like not as cool toned. Like the Patrick Ta is definitely like that baby doll pink, and LYS has, I think, just a little more warmth to it. Westman Atelier Papette. So here is Westman Atelier Papette, and then LYS Beauty is right here. So looking at these two shades, Papette is definitely more cool toned than the LYS Beauty shade Humble. And then Tutu from Danessa Myricks Vision Flush. I wanted to compare that to the LYS Beauty shade. So we've got LYS right here, and then Vision Flush right here. And as you can see, those two are sort of in the same family, but I think the Vision Flush shade is once again going to be just a little more intense in its shade than the LYS Beauty is. But these were the ones that I was thinking of when I first saw Humble, and I was like, let's swatch and compare. So yes, highly recommend these blushes. They're amazing. The formulation is great. Like, you really can't ask for anything better, and they're extremely affordable. Okay, so then Beautylish was really kind to send me the two new Wayne Goss blush duos, blush and highlighter duos. So we have here Sweet Wildflower, and then we have Desert Blossom. So I love the Wayne Goss blush formula and highlighter formula. One of the things that I find so impressive from these blush duos is that I'll look at them and I'll go, too light for me, but then they actually work. Now, these I would definitely say are going to be geared more toward lighter complexions. If you have a deeper and richer complexion, I don't really think these are the best ones that you should check out. The Beautylish gift card event is going on right now. Today is March the 26th and it ends tomorrow, March the 27th. So if you are interested in picking up any of his blush duos and you have a deeper, richer complexion, I would look into Vivid Azalea and also Bright Poppy. Those are beautiful blush and highlighter duos that would work very well against deeper complexion. Desert Blossom, so I'll swatch the blush and the highlighter. So here, I'll do it here. Here's the blush, and then here's the highlighter. The blush is gonna be matte. Of course, the highlighter is gonna have your shimmer. He creates them like this so that if you want to create your own shimmer, like shimmer blush, you can just mix the two together, or you can wear them separately. And then this next duo is gonna be Sweet Wildflower. Here is blush and highlighter. Oh, and highlighter. I think both of them look really beautiful, and I was very shocked that both blushes actually showed up on me. Once again, I was like, I don't know how this is gonna work, and it actually turned out well. However, I don't think you need both at all. Even if you do have a lighter complexion, when you put them on the cheeks, and as you've seen in the demo, I really don't think you see a difference between the two. So I would suggest probably choosing the one that you think you might wear the most, or the one that you like the most, and then just going with that one. Just from looking at it, I feel like Sweet Wildflower, looking at them side by side, I feel like Sweet Wildflower is gonna, in terms of the blush, is gonna pull more warm than Desert Blossom, and hopefully you can see that here. So I think they're both beautiful. The formula is the same formula as any of his other blush and highlighter duos, so I love the formula. I just don't think these are two that you would need, because you just really can't see too much of a difference on the face. The only difference that you really see is gonna be between the highlighters, and even still, if you put those on the face, I mean, you're not gonna really see a difference between the two. So enjoy both of them, but you don't need both of them. Choose one, or choose one of his other ones. I don't think you can go wrong with any of those. Okay, and then LYS Beauty extended their pressed powder shade range. So I picked up one, and then they sent me one. So the two shades that I have are Independent, which is gonna be a tan shade, Faithful, which is what they call dark. So these pressed powders are, once again, such a beautiful formula. I think these are $16 as well, or maybe they're $18. And oh, so undetectable on the skin, very lightweight, not cakey. Once again, formulated with great ingredients. Like, I think the powders have niacinamide in them and hyaluronic acid, if I remember correctly. Amazing, amazing powders. So I initially, when the brand first released, I picked up the shade Ambition, which is for medium tan skin. And this is the shade that I use to set my under eye. And so you've already probably seen this in the demonstration. And just from setting one side of the of my face, you can see the difference in how it just smooths over my pores and really just makes that area so nice and flawless without making it look heavy and cakey. And then for my face, I went in with the shade called Independent, which is the tan shade, and that's what I use to set the rest of my face. And then for my bronzer, so the shade Faithful is going to be too dark for me to use as a face setting powder, but I can use it as a bronzer, and I think it really looks beautiful as a bronzer. It warms up the face. They do have a bronzer, which I absolutely love, and the bronzer that I have, here it is. I have the bronzer called Courage. So this is the bronzer called Courage. This is their tan shade, and then here is what the dark pressed powder looks like compared to the bronzer. I can use both, obviously, to bronze the face. The shade Courage, which is their bronzer shade, is just a little more neutral than this shade called Faithful. So I like having both because I feel like Faithful will be a nice warmer toned bronzer if I wanted to use it. Or if I wanted more of like a neutral shade of a bronzer, go with the shade Courage in the bronzer. So I really enjoyed how that looked on the face. And then for blush and highlighter, I wanted to try to just combine everything. So I think my favorite shade from the new blushes would have to be Humble. Where are you at, Humble? Here it is. I love this. This is such me in a blush, especially spring and summertime. So I had to use some of Humble on the face, and I went in with their LYS, I think this is called their foundation brush, but I love it for cream products because it helps to really blend the product in. And I like that the surface of the brush is quite dense and compact, so I get an even distribution of the cream product on the face. So I went in with their brushes. I really love their brushes, by the way. And they're all synthetic as well. So used a bit of Humble on the cheeks. I went in with the blush shade from Desert Blossom and just added it to the high points or the apples of the cheeks. Not the high points of the cheeks, the apples of the cheeks. And then, because I just had to get it, the Chanel, this is the Rev de Camellia Illuminating Powder. This does come with a small little brush. It's so cute. It's got the Chanel logo on the underside of the brush, and it's actually very, very soft. So I used this brush that came with the highlighter to apply the highlighter, and I love it. So I watched a couple of reviews before I purchased this because I just wasn't sure if I wanted it. You know, I was like, do I need this, or am I just purchasing it because, you know, it's Chanel? And after watching a couple of videos, I was like, I do want this. So this does retail for $80. And like I said, I really like the brush. Wasn't really sure if it was useful, but it really is in terms of really getting the product on. You don't have to use it with that brush, but I like it. So here is a nice quick swatch of the Chanel highlighter. And it's so beautiful. It's a very lightweight or light looking type of highlighter, but you can build it up if you wanted to for more intensity, or you could buff it in with this brush that it comes with, or any other type of like kabuki style buffing brush. You could also use it to buff it all into the face. I think I saw Lexi Jong do that, and I was like, I need this. I need this. Like, y'all know I love me a glow, and I loved how it looked buffed into the skin. So this is actually one of those highlighters that I'm like, I'm really glad that I got this. It wasn't just one of those kind of impulsive purchases. I'll compare it really quickly to my other most recent highlighter that I purchased from Chanel. So I have here the Perle de Lumiere highlighter. So this is not new, but I did get it this year, earlier in the year. So I'll swatch it and compare it to that. Here is the new Camellia highlighter, and then this is the Perle de Lumiere that I just showed you all. So you can see that the Camellia highlighter is a little lighter, more of like a champagne highlighter, whereas this one is gonna be more of like that kind of rose gold type of shade, and just showing you what they look like side by side. Here is the Camellia one, and then this is the Lumiere one. So yes, I really like it. Highly do recommend it if you're into, you know, more luxury highlighters, and especially if you were looking at it and just kind of wondering like, is it, you know, do I need it? You don't need it, but I'm very happy to have it. I don't regret the purchase at all, and the formula is really beautiful and just so soft but wet looking on the cheeks. Like, look at that. You can't say that's not cute. You cannot say it's not cute. So guys, that is it. Not too long of a video, but just wanting to show you some face products that I recently picked up that I really have been enjoying and loving. Thank you so much to LYS Beauty and Beautylish for sending over the products that they did, and I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Leave me down in the comment section what you think of the products that I tried today. Do you have any of them? Do you recommend them? Leave me all the things, and if you've made it to this point in the video and you have yet to subscribe to my channel, I would love for you to consider subscribing and joining the Glam Girl Squad. And guys, that is it. Thank you so much for watching, and I really hope to see you in my very next video. Bye guys.